I truly and simply cannot believe it has taken me this long to do an episode on my current favorite products. So let's not waste but a second and let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indulge Me, your weekly little dish with me, your host and internet friend, Stacey McGunnigle. Hello, friends. How are you? I hope this week found you well. I hope the summer is summering in the way that you need. If you are watching this week's episode on YouTube, which, why not? Give yourself a little view. I am but being brave in that the extensions are down. I repeat, the extensions are down.
I hope you keep on serving cunt.
I'm trying, Luann. Simply and truly, I am trying. The extensions are down. If you have missed the first episode or whenever I've been talking about the old strands, I have ridiculously long extensions in right now, the longest I've ever had. They are 18 inches. I've never had this long hair before in a long time, maybe in my youth. But it is down today. Will it stay that way? I don't know. I have plans to go to the keg later, so I can foresee it becoming a ponytail situation just to accommodate the steak. So this week, I've realized I've just been yammering off at the mouth, and I have completely and utterly put my products to the side. My recommendations to the end. And I can't live like that. That's not what you come here for. So I am going to try every little month, as the old YouTubers do. I'm going to go over my favorites. I'm going to go over what I'm loving, why you should get it, what's working for me, and sort of share and take what works and leave what doesn't. I will say, whenever I go on TikTok and look for recommendations, or on YouTube, everyone's like, again, like, I'm not an esthetician, I'm not a doctor, like, checking with your doctor. And I'm like, oh, get to it. Just what is it? Let me decide the dangers in which I want to play with. So I'm not even going to give you a warning. But, don't sue me, so I guess this is the warning. Some of these products have been a shock. They've been a shock. They've been an awe. And I'm excited to bring them to the table for you. Nothing brings me more pleasure than sharing products. Like when I go to a party, if I'm out, if I'm meandering about and there are people there, all I want to know is, what are you loving? What are you using? What's the skin product? What's the snack? What is the outfit? Where are you getting those jeans? I will stop a woman and ask her about the pants. As you know, last week I was talking about my issue with jeans. How do you find good ones? Do good ones exist? And I shared it on Instagram, and, there was a community there of women that held me gingerly and supported me, and were also in the world of jean searchage. So I'm with you. I hear you. So I always want to talk about products. So this interests me. And then at the end, I want to talk about some products I want to get into. Ooh, the ADHD is ADHDing. Before we get into that too, I just want to tease some future apps, because I want to shout out my dear, lovely, amazing friend, Ebony Rosen, messaged me asking me about the class. Do we know what the class is? Let me inform you. So the class is a celebrity workout that I get this on my Instagram all the time. And it's with Emma Stone. And she's in like a little tiny white bralette. Like, could you even imagine? Like, my areolas would be screaming through that white fabric. There would be but no chance. And she was kind of sweating, like that kind of sweat. And she talks about this very vague workout class and how she didn't think she could get through it. And she does, and she's obsessed. And then it's like the class. If you go on the Instagram, it has a vibe. It has a vibe. And I encourage, I welcome a peruse. If you're listening to this, go to the class Instagram. And when I say there's a vibe, I mean that there's a vibe. And I really want you to check it out and report back to me, because what I'd like to do next week and what I would like to do moving forward is deep dive into the class. I want to deep dive into the class, and I want to deep dive into some other celebrity workouts, like Tracy Anderson, because there's a lot of celebrities going to Tracy Anderson, and I'm not sold on it. It looks like a lot of women in a hot room with a lot of resistance bands from the ceiling. And from my research on it, there is no instruction given. Like, I want to deep dive. So Ebony has inspired me to do proper deep dives of celebrity workouts. So we're going to start with the class. And I don't want to like give away too much, but I did find some boots on the ground. We did find someone, and by we, I mean me. Okay, this is a team of one. Welcome to Indulge Me headquarters. I have found someone who took the class.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
I found them. They are willing to share their name and give me their experience. So I'm going to interview them about the class. So the homework is, before we get into the products, after this pod, immediately follow the class on Instagram. Or don't follow them, be secret, or follow them, if that's the content that relates with you. But go on the Instagram, do a little deep dive. And if you have any questions about it or things you want me to like look into or ask the person who took it, send me your cues. So now let's just get into the damn products. I wouldn't be a basic bee if I didn't start my products with something that's shocking, because I don't really care about this stuff. I find this annoying, and I'm shocked that I'm going to be talking to you guys about this, but I am going to talk to you about a water bottle.
I hope you keep on serving cunt.
I don't know if we are, but it is the Owala. Now, not to be a TikToker about it, because everyone talks about these freaking Owalas. They are good. I was on a trip with my friend Ashley. She had one in her backpack. We were on an airplane. I always forget to, if I'm traveling, bring a water bottle. And when I say I forget, I mean I never want to. I simply and utterly never want to bring a water bottle. I could think of no greater hell than carrying around a backpack and a water bottle. It's not for me. A water bottle is not for me. However, the skin is dry. The hands are dry. The elbows, the eczema is screaming. And so thus hydration needs to happen. And I don't know if I'm alone, but I sometimes rebel against water. Like, I know I should be drinking it. I know that I'm thirsty, and yet a Diet Coke or coffee is consumed, or a glass of wine, margarita, take your pick. So I'm trying to drink more water, and I was like, okay. And this is also the thing about the Owala, because if you're not watching, if you want to look at what it is, if you want to look at the color selection of the Owala, you can check on YouTube. But if you're listening to this, it's Owala, and I got it on Amazon. But here's the kicker. I am taking a stand against giant ass water bottles. Gone are the days, girls. Gone are the days. I don't want to carry around a huge freaking water bottle. I've done it. I carried around a 62 ounce. Let that sink in. I carried around a 62 ounce water bottle. Do you know how insane that is? That's a child. I carried around a little child all day filled with water. It's not right. That's not right. That's not for me. So I made an impulse decision on Amazon while getting this Owala water bottle. Owala water bottle. I got the kids one. 16 ounces. If I drink 2 of these, it's a liter of water. I got nervous about the math. I can't look it up, just for my own confidence for the rest of the pod. That's all we need. We don't need a 32. We don't need a 42. We don't need a 62, No. Okay. Yeah, we need a 16 ounce. If you're, look at this. Look how cute and little this is. And the thing I like about the Owala is that, and everyone says this, and I was like, who cares? Now I'm in. It has a gulp version where you can just slam-a-rama, or it has a straw version, a little sippy at the front. Look at this thing. And I didn't think I would be so taken by it, but I can't stop slamming water out of this thing. I can't. I wouldn't do it. I simply wouldn't do it on the mic. I respect you all too much, but you cannot get me to stop drinking out of this thing. And it's small and it's not obnoxious. And I've been flipping it and derping it around and there's no leaks. I can't recommend this enough. I just can't. It's really, really good. So the Owala is the first June favorite. I'm loving it. And it was inexpensive because what are we doing in this economy where water bottles are $60, $40? Get a child's size water bottle because you know what children do? They spill, they leak. So they need products that don't do those things. And the color is freaking cute. It's a cream, it's an orange, it's a yellow, it's a blue. We're having fun with primaries and off-whites, and I can't get enough of it. I can't do the beige thing. The TikTok beige, everything's beige. I need a little zhuzh. I need a little flourish. So the Owala kids, if you're listening to this or watching it, I will link all of these things. So there will be a link, and I'm not getting anything from any of this. Okay, I'm not working with anybody. That's not to say I'm not open to it. Okay, so Owala, hey, I don't want the 42 or the 62. I'll take the 16s. Let's just start 16s. Enough. Give ourselves a break. We can't carry around those Stanleys anymore. The straws get gross. They're too big. And we have to carry around our car keys, and we have to carry around our wallets and our lip balms and our lotions and a 42-ounce Stanley cup. No, I'll take a 16-ounce Kid Owala, thank you. Tell me how it goes if you get it. I think you'll have a good time. I was sitting in bed yesterday on my iPad, getting ready for bed. I ran out of my nighttime gummies. Not that I really need help sleeping, but sometimes it's nice just to really push the limit. I did a gummy. I did a sleepy time tea. I mean, I don't know what I was doing. I wanted those eyes closed. And I was on my iPad just sucking back that Owala. Couldn't get enough water. Couldn't believe who I was. I was having fun with it. I was having fun with my goddamn water. So enjoy it. Get hydrated. Let me know. Next product. Okay. So I'm going to, in explaining this to you and explaining this next product, I'm going to get vulnerable with you because we're nothing but real on the pod. This next product is like bringing me back to like high school days. I can't even believe. And now that I'm using it, I'm seeing it freaking everywhere. And that is Benefit's Benetint. Okay, I have it literally, I'm showing it right now. It's on my desk. Do you remember Benetint from high school? It's like a little liquid lip cheek combo. I haven't used this in a trillion years. And a makeup artist actually told me, and I don't know if this is true, but she said it with confidence, and I sort of lived for it, that like strippers, like dancers would use Benetint on their nipples to make them more pink. I mean, yes, any day of the week. Of course, if I tried to use this on a nipple, this whole bottle would be gone on one. But that's just my own bravery and my own reveal. But this Benetint, this is why it came back into my life. And here is the honesty that I'm going to share with you. I get cold sores.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
I get cold sores. I've had them my whole life. And you know, I've got medication and I know about lysine and the supplements and I do all those things. But, you know, once in a while they'll get me. They will humble me. They will bring me back to earth 2 feet down in the ground, couldn't be more grounded and humbled. But I was working and I got a cold sore and I was stressed the hell out about it. And I threw all the party tricks at it and it was laying flat, but it was still red. And this makeup artist was like, oh, no problem. And she was an angel. She was an angel. Oh, I loved her because there's nothing more embarrassing than being like, hi, I have this cold sore. Could you handle it? And she did. And I will forever be grateful. But she put on my lips Benetint and it camouflaged it. I mean, as much as you can. But I couldn't believe how much it camouflaged my lip. And so I immediately went out and bought some. And I can't stop using it. The only thing I will say, and the shade I have is, I can't remember, berry blee blee blah. I can't remember. It's not on the cap. So that might be another thing that I would love for people to, or Benetint to do, is to put the shade on the bottle. But what I love about it, or what I was going to say, what I don't like about it, is that it is so fragranced. Like the fragrance is like a rose. It reeks. It's like way too much near the lip. Yeah, it's like flowery. And yeah, I can't. But if you can get past the smell, which it does dissipate, but when you get it around your lips, you're like, ugh, ugh, ugh. There's like 3 ooks before it like dissipates. If you can get past that, it is such a pretty color. And then you can put like Aquaphor or whatever over top of it. And it's so pretty on a cheek, especially in the summer, because I don't like to wear a lot of makeup, especially a lot of face makeup. And so, having this, I'll do a little bit of concealer, I'll do a little cheek, and this rocks. This rocks. How lame is that? I'm 38. Everyone just has to deal with it. Everyone just has to deal with the fact that I'm 38, okay? So get yourself some Benetint. Again, if you are sensitive to smells, do not get this, and do not send me a comment about how it smells. I know, Janine. I told you. Okay, I warned you. Around the mouth, yes, yes, yes. And the thing I like about it as well, you can add to it. So it's buildable. And you know what's crazy? I feel like I'm onto this because now that I've been using Benetint, like I said, I'm seeing it everywhere. The girl from The Bear, season 2, the girlfriend, Molly something, she had a Vogue makeup thing. You know what I'm talking about? The YouTube channel where like everyone does their makeup, but they never talk about their products. They never say what it is. And then they do makeup. You have to watch hers because I've never related to someone more. Like she is aggressively putting on her skin tint. She puts it on her face and I'm like, you're wiping that off. You are wiping it on your face so hard. It truly feels like you're FaceTiming a friend being like, but except I wish I could go, hey, Molly, like, let's, relax the pressure. But she uses Benetint too. She just rubs it like so hard on her face that I think she blended it out. I think it was gone, but her too. So just me and the girl from The Bear loving the Benetint. But, and also it's affordable. As affordable as freaking drugstore makeup is these days. I mean, it's the same as Sephora, but check out Benetint. You will not be disappointed. Okay, so the next product is an oldie, but a goodie with a revision. Okay, so a while back, I bought the NuFace. And the NuFace is sort of like, it's a microcurrent on your face. So if you're a little puffy, if you have some sagging, if you want a little tightening, you can use this microcurrent, this at-home microcurrent. It's like $250. It is an investment, and I did buy it while I was losing my mind, and I loved it. I really, really loved it. However, the only thing that I didn't love about the NuFace was the conductor gel that it came with. What I found was every time I used it, my face would get really, really red. And I have rosacea and really sensitive skin. So I was not having that because every time I would use it, it would get super, super, super red and it would sting. So I knew something was up. And then one day, while I was shooting 22 minutes in the morning, I woke up and I was puffy. And so I accidentally like cranked it to like the 3rd level, which I really shouldn't have. And then put on not enough gel and really zapped the living full shit out of my face. And we live to tell the tale. I was told to never use it again before shooting. And that's a fair and true boundary that I have to listen to and hear and make space for. So I never really touched the NuFace after that because I was so red and I had broken a few capillaries on my face. And I was not having that. So I'm not saying it was the NuFace, okay? Don't come for me, NuFace, unless it's for friendship. But I kind of put it away. And also, I just didn't love the gel. I really just didn't love the gel. So again, this beautiful makeup artist who got me onto Benetint was like, well, why don't you just use aloe vera gel? Because I had some friends who have the Zip and the NuFace who use ultrasound gel. And that sounded okay to me, but I was still a little nervous because my face. But aloe vera gel just made so much sense to me because my face is always so freaking red and always so angry. So I thought, oh God, aloe vera, she's my queen. You know, I've been getting sunburnt since I was born, so I know her well. And it didn't dawn on me that that would be a great alternative. So I went to Shoppers, drugstore here in Canada, and got some organic aloe vera gel. It was $3 versus the $1 trillion that the NuFace conductor gel is. And I've been back on my NuFace. And I'm going to tell you, I love her. I'm putting her on level 1. Okay, we don't need to bump up to level 3. I've been going on level 1 and I'm loving the results. I really, truly am. The thing about the NuFace, it's not going to keep it forever. But if you have like a date, if you're getting your photo taken, if you just want to kind of like feel zhuzhed for the day, or you want to implement it into your everyday routine, the NuFace is great. I have the travel size and I love it. I don't think you need the full size. Truly, the travel size is great. It's fine. So get yourself the NuFace. Now, I've heard really, really, really good things about the Zip, which is another microcurrent tool. And I think it comes with like an associated app that will like walk you through exercises. And it looks great. It has amazing reviews. A lot of people I love, like a lot of like beauty influencers I like to follow, they swear by the Zip. They got it sent for free. So I love that journey for them. I can't justify buying another one just to try it, but it looks great. And I love that for you. I also heard, and this is just rumblings and it's allegedly, but some people say that the regular size NuFace is like breaking down collagen in people's faces. I don't know about that. This is allegedly, or they're just saying microcurrent tools in general, but apparently the travel size is fine. And honestly, I've got a big old round face and we love that. Okay. Because it stops aging, they say. And I believe I have to hold on to something. So I've been using it and I don't really notice that in my face. In fact, I really like it. You know, you can hold it near your eyebrow. It lifts your eyes. You can cut in on your cheeks. For me, my jowlies, I run it across there. And I do notice a depuff for sure. And the aloe vera gel is great because you wash it off, pat your face, and continue on with your moisturizing routine. I mean, Bob's your uncle, and I hope he's nice. So let me know how that goes. I know that's sort of like a chicer, save up your pennies kind of purchase. But if you're thinking about it, I love my NuFace. I love it. With that, as I'm talking about my moisturizing routine, another June favorite for me, and this is for the oldies and the goodies, I have returned to very simple skincare. I know it's not fun. It's not interesting, but as I've scaled back my skincare, I'm actually seeing better results. And no one loves putting on serums more than me. Okay. I want to put on a serum. I want to have a routine. I remember going for a facial and the facialist was like, well, what's your routine? And I told her and she goes, okay, not what you want to be doing, but like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing all the time? And I said, I've just told you. So I love You know me and being in robe. There's nothing more sensual to me than a woman in robe doing a nighttime skincare routine. Like if I could sit on a stool in the bathroom and watch every woman do that and ask about their products, I would. That's heaven to me. But unfortunately, you try too much and you screw up your face. We've all broken the skin barrier. We've all pissed her off. So I've kind of had to scale back. And what I've returned to is rosehip oil. So again, she's got rosacea. Okay, friends, I'm rosaceaed up. I'm tip to top. Top to tip. Tip to taint. I am tip to taint full of rosacea. And that sounded disgusting. Let's all move on. We're friends and we have to test the boundaries. So I've been trying to find more calming stuff to really reduce my redness. And rosehip oil at night is delicious. I just got from the Ordinary regular rosehip oil. I'm sure you could go to like CVS or Shoppers and find something, but the Ordinary is pretty inexpensive, and I got a bottle of the rosehip oil. And every night I put that baby on. I put a droplet, well, more than that. I would say half a syringe of rosehip oil on my neck, on my face. It's freaking glorious. Okay, I have dry skin. When I was getting the last facial I got, which was many moons ago, she was like, your skin is so dry, like nothing is coming through, like nothing can break through because you have to like slough off all this dead skin. So I had really, really dry skin. I was really struggling. And I found that rosehip oil was really healing and really great. And there's just nothing more luxurious than rosehip oil on your face, just in the lines, on the face, especially like after you shave your face, which I'm going to talk to about in a second. And it's been great. I've just been loving the results. I mean, my face, I don't wake up dry. I don't, I will say, I do not wash my face in the morning. I wash it at night. I'm not overwashing my face. I will wake up. If I'm going to work out in the morning, I wake up, I put on a regular schmegular face cream. I don't use my Skin Fix. I can recommend a few just regular moisturizers if you need or want. But like a Cetaphil, or I was gifted from a friend, a Tower 28. What is it? It is the Tower 28 like Rescue Daily Scream moisturizer or whatever. So I'll put that on. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm nourished. I love a rose hip. It's really, really great. And if I've my eczema is irritated, I just love it. It's a really easy peasy oil. So if you're looking and you're overwhelmed by all the serums, I really love a rose hip. Not all of these are exciting, Not all of these can be exciting. Okay, I have a couple other favorites. So apologies if this is overwhelming, but I've been talking about a few products because of my traveling that I'd like to get into. So I've made a little list. These are things that I miss because I've been traveling the last, I would say the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I've been bip bopping around doing different things. And these are the products that let me get it together, Stacey. I didn't have while I was traveling and I missed them and was I need these or I will not survive. Or these were essentials that I found while traveling that I was I love these forever and you are my family. So the first one that I love is a hair product and it's a straightener. And here's the story. I believe it's called Lange or Lang. It's L'Ange. So I'm assuming it's French. Lange. It's from Amazon. Lange Hair Le Duo 360 Airflow Styler. Long ass name. It'll be in the caption. It's pink. It's on Amazon. I believe it's around $120 in Canada, which is a pretty freaking penny. However, I was looking for a straightener. I was I need a straightener in my arsenal. Why would I need one with straight ass freaking long hair? I don't know. My hair is naturally very pin straight. It's incredibly thin. But when I have extensions, sometimes I was like, oh, it would be nice to just sort of have a blown out style. So I was on the hunt for a straightener, and I found this Lange hair styler, this Hair Le Duo 360 airflow styler. And I saw the comments, and everyone in it was like, I have thin hair. This holds a curl. This is the only thing that has ever worked. Like the reviews were glowing. And when I did outside research, like looked up Reddit and blah, 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 the ratings were really high. So I decided to bite the bullet, and I bought the damn thing. And it came, and it's a duo styler, meaning you can curl your hair. It's a curler and a straightener. I couldn't quite figure out the curling aspect to it, and I became frustrated and got over it and threw it into under my sink for forever to be gone. I never wanted to look at it again. I never wanted to admit to myself the price I paid and the failure I failed. Like I couldn't come to terms with it. And it stayed there, dormant. I don't know what it was doing, but it was there for months. I never wanted to see it. Until I got these brand new extensions. So I have great lengths, 18-inch, long ass extensions. So I got these long freaking extensions. And when I would dry them, they were like a little big. The hair was big. And my hair is thin and not those things. So, I was like struggling to kind of connect it to my hair just because texturally, and this time I got K-tips, so it's like attached to my hair. So I was struggling to really blend it. And then one day I remembered the pink straightener from underneath the sink. And in a moment of brilliance, I pulled it out, untangled its very long cord, which I appreciated. And oh God, do I appreciate a long cord in a bathroom? Oh, I love it. Plugged it in. This thing is a game changer. This thing is a goddamn game changer. If you have thin hair, if you have any hair, this thing is awesome. It's such a good straightener. It heats up so fast. There's like a fan element. You can turn a fan on. I don't know what the hell the fan's doing. I love it. And it really helps me blend my extensions. It straightens it really well. If I want more of a subtle curl or wave to my hair, I will do that. Do not let how my hair looks in this video deter you. It is hot as hell. And I tried to set up a camera and lights before we shot. And by we, I mean I, but I guess we're in this together. But yeah, so I love this freaking straightener. It's so, so good. And the reviews are right. I mean, when I really want to style it and do like, you know, like sometimes I'll throw my extensions in a ponytail and have like my bangs out. I can get volume, I can get height, and really the hairstyle will stay. I mean, of course, I have very, very thin hair, so the volume will not last throughout the day, but it lasts much longer. So it's so good. I'm so glad that I had enough shame because it cost too much for me to chuck it. And now this thing travels with me everywhere. I'm going everywhere with this goddamn thing. I love it. Love, love, love it. And with the hair comes my holy grail of hair masks, and that is the Amika, the Kure hair mask. I freaking love this thing. Amika hair products, I love in general. I don't know. I'm sure there's better ones. I'm sure there's fancier ones. I'm sure there's cheaper ones. Amika ain't freaking cheap, I'll tell you that. But with extensions, especially, you gotta hydrate those babies. You have got to hydrate them. My first mistake when I first got extensions was not hydrating the hair. You have to. And I have thin. Can I talk about my thin hair enough? No, I'll never stop talking about it. And why would I? You know, because we need representation. Because you go on TikTok or YouTube and you're looking for recommendations for hair, it's always someone with like beautiful hair telling me what to do. I literally do not listen to anything they say. Someone with good hair, no thank you. I don't need to hear from you. Not now, not ever. So the Amika, the Kure, I recognized. I came across when I had extensions and working, and it was recommended to me, and now I cannot stop. I traveled with it. I put it in a travel container. That's how much I needed it. Because usually with my thin freaking ass hair, if I'm traveling, I just use hotel shampoo. What's it going to do? I barely use conditioner. If I whisper conditioner around my regular hair, it is flat and it is oily for days. But now with this fakeness, I need the conditioner. So I use a mask on my extensions when I wash them every time. I don't use regular conditioner. I use a mask. And I love it. And I can't say enough good things about it. And my favorite is the Kure, which is a bond strengthener from Amika. But Amika has like a nourishing hair mask that smells amazing and is so good. But right now I'm on the Kure. And it's so, so good. And you can get it in travel size to try it out. You can get a medium and you can get a big old jar, which I need to invest in because it's so good. So if you got thick hair and you want to treat yourself, get this. If you have thin hair, I would not recommend. No. Maybe a little bit, and a little bit will go a long way. What I do when I'm using the Kure is I will put it on my extension, so mids to ends, and soak that into the hair and rub that in. And then whatever is left at the very end, I like tap. I don't even rub in. I like tap around my hair because oh God, I couldn't imagine how many shampoos I would need to do if I rubbed any sort of conditioner throughout these ends. I can't. The only conditioner that I really loved and I still use for my own natural ends is K18. K18, I can't recommend it enough. It's so freaking good. Thin hair, thick hair, whatever. For me, my hair is so thin, it's like 1-2 pumps. Make sure when you're using K18 and you do the pumps, put it in your hand, rub it together and cause some friction. It'll turn white in your hands, and that's when you put it in your ends. It is a game changer. I had a girlfriend who will remain anonymous unless she says I can name her. And I told her about K18. And she put so much in her hair. And I walked into work and there she was. And she was like, I used the K18. And I was like, I looked at her hair. It was so PC. It was so oily. And I was like, how many pumps did you use? She had used, 8 to 10. Simply too much. Because K18 you don't rinse out. So she had to go down. I think she still lies to me because I'll ask her how many pumps she used because sometimes I can tell that she's gotten too into the product. And haven't we all? Haven't we all from a time or two gotten a little too pump happy, product happy? Let's say we're really enjoying what we're doing. And so we add a little more. So I can't say enough good things about K18 and Amika. I wasn't even planning on talking about K18, but here we are. And it is so expensive. I know that. I'm aware of that. I know that. Sometimes we just have to bite the bullet. Sometimes I'm a little too rough with my hair with the extensions, heat, styling, especially being on the show. You're doing heat styling constantly. So investing in a little TLC for the strands does go a long way, I have to say. So I can't say enough good things about K18. It is worth it for me. Everyone's talking about it, and there's a reason why, unfortunately. I don't want to tell you that something is good just because, I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you this, and I don't know if I can back this up, but I was at Sephora, and I didn't realize at Sephora, because I'm kind of new to it. I'm like a drugstore girl. I typically, I just typically shop at drugstores for my makeup for most of my years. It's only the last, I would say 4 years, I've gone to like Sephora for makeup. So But so I'm new to Sephora still, and I didn't realize that you can ask for samples of literally anything in the store. So I was walking around with a gal pal, and I was telling her about Augustine Bader, which is a very expensive skincare line, like very expensive. If you watch Architectural Digest with Chloe Fineman in her rented apartment, I mean, that I could do a whole other deep dive on that, which, you know, if you want, let me know, because I would love to discuss that one. But her whole bathroom, I bring it up to say her whole bathroom was like covered in Augustine Bader cream. What's that about? The Scientology of it all. I'm just saying allegedly.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Okay, I digress. So Augustine Bader, super expensive skincare line. So I'm telling her that. She's like, oh, let's get a sample. And I was like, what? And she was just like, yeah, can I get a sample of the Rich Cream? That's literally what it's called. Let that sink in. And she got one. Couldn't believe. So I was like, I'll have that too, please. Thank you. So while we were traveling, I had the Augustine Bader Rich Cream. And I was like, oh my God, this is the most expensive cream. This is going to be so good. Let me tell you, I tried it for 2 days. I broke out like crazy. Augustine, I'm not saying anything. It could have been the pump. It could have been the product. It could have been the air quality at the Sephora at the West Edmonton Mall. I don't know. But just to say, very expensive cream's not always the way. I mean, I've tried La Mer. It was okay. I prefer Skin Fix. I love it. I love that stuff. I drink it up. So tangent done. All to say, if I'm recommending something, I use it. And I'm just forcing you to get on my level. That's just it. And I don't even know if you agree with my level. But here's the level nonetheless. So the last beauty product I've been raving about for the last couple of pods. And so I'm not going to waste anyone's time on it, but I'm just going to mention it again, is the Cicaplast B5 cream from La Roche-Posay is so good. Again, I have rosacea. I have red skin. Okay. If I drink, red. If I work out like hardcore cardio or whatever, I'll be red for hours. You know, a small heat wave, toast. Any sort of like product that's not super sensitive, fragrance, red. So I love this Cicaplast B5 balm. It's like diaper rash cream. That's how thick it is. It's amazing. So I had to like pause slugging, which is when you put like Aqua4 or Vaseline over top of your skincare, because I was ruining pillows. I have to say I was. But now I just use this balm if I really want a deep hydration or lock everything in, and I wake up so happy. Plump, nourished, pillows fine. You know, I love it. So when I was in a pinch while traveling, I grabbed the B5 gel. Love it. Love it. I love it. I love it so much. And I started incorporating the B5 gel with the balm. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. It's so good. It's so good. It's not as good as Skin Fix as a moisturizer, but, and I'm not a big fan of gels. I feel like I don't respond, like it's still kind of drying, but this gel is doing it for me. I'm happy about it. I like that it's here. I like what it's doing for me. Very much so. So, that. And can I think of any more makeup? I feel like I've overwhelmed. There's so many products. Oh, I will say this. This is like a utility product that everyone needs. But if you're like me, but my face eats makeup, like eats it. It's gone. So whenever I wear eyeshadow, it will always crease. No matter what. I've used, Urban Decay. I've used Maybelline eyeshadow. It doesn't really matter what I'm using. It will crease and it will be eaten up by my oily little lids. And so I have been recommended, and some makeup artists have used this on me, and now I'm using it. It's the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And this shit stays on. Like, finally, I have eyeshadow staying on and not creasing. It is a glorious day. So if you have oily lids, I can't recommend that enough. And I'm sure there's better eyeshadow primers. I just was given this, and it's really nice. I wish, the only thing I don't love is like the applicator looks like chunky. I don't know if I got a bad one, but it's not like hurting my eyelids. They're just like, it's just kind of gross. The last thing, my last little recommendation that I'm loving is some TV shows, as I talk about all the time. But I've got two little loves that I'm just really getting into, and that is Love Island UK. Now, I know Love Island America, USA, it has blown up. It's all over the place. But Love Island UK has my heart. Like, I have to admit, the first few episodes are slow. Like, I would say the first 5. Because USA films for 1 month and UK films for 2. So it's longer, and so they just like can take longer. So you're getting sort of slower storylines off the top, and I love it. It's like ASMR. Like, it moves slow enough that like I can put it on the TV. I can like run down and grab my laundry. I can like futz and butts around the house, and you can just kind of always know what's going on. The women are my women. Okay. I said this last podcast. I will say it again. These are the women you want to find in the bathroom, at a bar, at a restaurant. They are going to make you feel like $1 million. Okay, if I bumped into these women at a bar bathroom, they would get me together in a way that I would be eternally grateful. There would not be enough days in my life to thank them. They are so plumped with lip, cheek, Botox, microbladed eyebrows. Like, they are so juiced. They're gorgeous. Like, I am obsessed with them. Their looks, I love them. And there's just something about a girl being like, hey, like, that was a terrible. I was going to do an accent, and then I got really nervous, even though I'm just at my house and I could have edited it out. Like, I could have really gone for it. But it's just like when they're like, just these gorgeous, stunning women with their tits out, and they're like, what'd you say? Oh my God, love it. It's like their accents are next level. I'm in love with them. You have to watch it. These men, there's this guy named Ronnie. I said this last episode that all the women are obsessed over. I don't understand why. If you're looking for like an easy, smooth show, that would be the one. And this is my first real foray into Love Island. And the reason that I never did it was because there's so many freaking episodes. And I will say I'm finding it a little overwhelming, because I'm already seeing clips of recent episodes of Love Island UK that I am like, when was that out? Like, I'm like at least a week behind. So that's like 6 episodes or something, at least. So if you're looking for a ton of episodes to catch up on with something, that's the one. My final recommendation for TV, this is a controversial one, and I'm not even sure if I believe it, but I'm so invested in it that like I have to share it with you. Like, this needs to be like an honest relationship here. And I have to bring up the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And the reason I have to bring it up is because this is the end of the franchise. Like, we all know it. We can all feel it. Like, we all know this is the end, because these women hate each other to the point of like not filming with each other. Like, lines in the sand have been drawn. Women are physically fighting each other. The lies, the espionage, like, it is done. Like, there's no way that this current cast and this current makeup can rectify and reconcile and continue to shoot together. So much so there's not even a reunion. So this is like a goodbye in many ways, and you can see it. It's so clear. Teresa and Melissa, like, they're done. Marge and Teresa, they're done. Jackie is in a weird attempt for camera time, allegedly, has flipped to like Teresa, which she never has. Like Teresa literally lied about her marriage. Jackie lost her mind at the shore, but is now best friends with Teresa. And then Teresa literally says she doesn't care about Jackie. She just needs her so that she can take down Marge. So a lot is happening. And a lot of people hate this season. I don't. I find it's a little boring because there's no storyline. These women are like no longer really sharing their lives because all they do is get together and talk about each other. Allegedly do not come for me, but Teresa Giudice, like it is alleged that Teresa and her husband Louis like have been feeding stories to bloggers, which was kind of been like known forever. It's been exposed, and the woman that she was always sending stories to was like fully exposing Teresa and all the lies. So that's really interesting, but none of that's like on the show. That's just, that's online. So, but I really like it. And I think if you're looking to start a Housewives franchise, and I've said this before and I shall say it again because it's my June favorites, okay? And I can't scream this enough from the rooftops. I find that so many people who will talk to me about the Housewives who are starting always start with Beverly Hills. And I've never really understood that because to me, Beverly Hills is the least interesting franchise. I know it seems like glitzy and glammy because it's like Beverly Hills, but the better franchises, if you're going to start from the beginning, New York, Atlanta, Potomac, New Jersey, like those would be my 4. I can't stand really the OC. I know it's like the original one, but it's never really been for me. Beverly Hills is fine, but they're too obsessed with how they look, like how they come across, where like New York will call someone like a piece of shit bitch who they hate forever and like they hope their whole world crumbles down, and then they still share an appetizer at the dinner table. Like the drama is so deep and true. And New Jersey I love if you're going to start from the beginning because they all know each other. They are all real friends. And then there's additions that make their way in, but it feels more real. But so I think because to me, New Jersey is like an OG franchise, it would be a mistake to not see it to the end. And I'm wondering how it's going to end. Apparently there's a big brawl, and Danielle and Jen Aiden already went at each other. So who's to say? But if you're looking to get into a franchise and you haven't started, get into it. I like New Jersey. It's wild, truly and simply. So I have to shout it out to my girls. Well, friends, can you believe it? We did our first favorites pod. I cannot believe it's taken me this many episodes on this podcast to get into some favorites, but here we are. I am so thrilled. I hope that you enjoy these things and check them out. Even just like treat yourself, try one out. Try one that speaks to you and let me know if it works. I wanted to say this before we end. So you'll notice down below, there's a little linky poo, and I am now accepting voicemails. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute and gorgeous? So if you have a recommendation, if you have a query, a quandary, if you have a product question, if you have a reality TV question, obviously no pervs, not now, not ever. But if you have a little voicemail message that you want to send, you can click down there below. If you're listening to this, it's in the caption in the info box. If you're watching this, it's down below. It'll be on my Instagram too. And you can send me a little voice note. So if you try one of these products, let me know. If you've tried something I've recommended before, let me know. If you have any goss, the juice, the boots on the ground that we forever need, send it my way. I'm always open to that. I love you all. I wish you nothing but good products and wonderful TV. And I will see you next week. Bye.